Finally, Piccolo sacrifice is coming to Dokkan battle. How's it, everybody? Celtic Link here. We're back for another Dokkan battle video. In today's video, we have the details, info, and animations on the next Dokkan Festival TUR to come to Jp Dokkan. And it is in exchange Piccolo and Gohan from the Saiyan Saga. This is a unit I've really been looking forward to, and one I was kind of worried would never get the representation it truly deserves. I feared that this moment may be relegated to a support memory later down the road. But here we are, and I am excited to check out what this guy is doing. So first things first, let's go ahead, let's hop in, let's check out the animations here. We got some really exciting stuff, so we're going to go ahead, we're going to pause the music here for just a second. We're going to turn up our audio, and we're going to give it a listen. Oh, nice, he does the thing. Oh, I knew it had to be a revive. Dude, that OST is so perfect. Oh my goodness. Oh man. Wow, that was amazing. Wow, I cannot believe, dude, for a TUR animation, that's actually really, really good. I'm very impressed, and oh my goodness, they could not have picked a more perfect OST for this card. My goodness, that's amazing. All right, so enough gushing over this, enough crying, honestly. That moment brings tears to my eyes every time I see it. But let's go ahead, let's get what we're all waiting here for, the unit details. Shout out to the Dokkan Wiki for getting these up as quick as they could. So we have a bond of Master and Disciple or Saiyan Saga, category key 3 HP attack and defense 170%. We get an additional HP attack and defense 30% for allies who also belong on the Earthbred Fighters category. So this is interesting. We're going back to like those single 200% leads. That's interesting, but I mean, it's not terrible. It's not the worst thing ever, but we can still make it. It's still a pretty good leader skill. I mean, it's basically Bond and Master and Disciple minus Vegeta and the U6 Kaba, right? But looking at the rest of it here, we've got his super attack greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn and causes immense damage to the enemy. They also get key 2 and attack defense 150%. They raise attack up to 150% when, depending on your remaining HP. Lesser the HP, the greater the boost, right? They get an additional attack defense 100% when performing a super attack. They reduce damage received by 40% when HP is 70% or more as the first or second attacker in a turn. Ooh, that's really nice, actually. They're also Bond of Master and Disciple or Saiyan Saga category allies, key to attack defense 30%, and superclass allies allies key 1 and attack and defense 30% for 3 turns as the 3rd attacker. So they can kind of go anywhere. I like that, right? You need them floating, get that extra support, put them in the 3rd slot. You need them. Well, actually, this is really good, especially if you're running them as a leader, right? One of them can be in slot 1 or 2, getting the buff there, and the other can be in slot 3. I like this. Okay. If HP is 70% or less at the start of the character's attacking turn from the 7th turn or the start of battle, he revives with 70% HP recovered by exchanging with Gohan when the character or ally attacking in the same turn is KO'd. The exchange conditions are simply if HP is 70% or less at the start of the character's attacking turn from the 7th turn from the start of battle, revives with 70% recovered. So, not too bad. I do like that it is not a revive that is conditional on them reviving. Just anybody in the turn can get the attack and defense here. So let's actually refresh the page real quick. Let's see if they've updated the exchange information here for these guys. Oh, that's not what we want. Where did it go? Let's go to the Dokkan wiki here. Alright, here it is, the exchange. Alright, so once they've exchanged into Gohan, we've now got massively raising attack and defense for 1 turn. That's pretty huge, especially if you've invested some additionals in them. They've also got key 2 attack and defense 150% and an additional 100% when performing a super attack if HP is 50% or more when performing a super attack. They also have an additional attack 100% and additional key wow. Alright, so just basic auto super then. And attack defense 300% when performing a super attack. Wow, and guaranteed crits when the character within the character's attack. Good lord, that is insane. But I guess it makes sense, right? With the revive happening that late, right? Because it's 7 turns, 70%. So I could see why that kind of there needs to be a justification for something. That I get that. Okay. He also has attacks effective against all types for 3 turns from the start of turn. He gives super class allies key 2. He has a great chance of performing a critical hit when there's a pure Saiyans enemy, and evades enemies' attacks within the character's attacking turn, and a high chance of evading enemies' attacks for 3 turns from the start of turn when there's an ally who includes Son Goku. Oh, okay. This is actually really, really good, right? These guys are kind of insane. So, you know, they're going to be super defensive and supportive while they're building up here, while you're basically holding out until you get that revive. Then once you revive, they become an offensive powerhouse, right? Let me close this out here. They become an offensive powerhouse here, and then you get guaranteed crits or 50% chance to crit. Wow. Okay. I'm liking this, right? I mean, really, you've only got the conditional here, right, against pure Saiyans, which isn't that bad, right? It could be much worse. Pure Saiyans is a pretty common type. I mean, at least for Red Zone right now, we have Broly, so and that's really helpful considering that they are an STR type. And plus, you know, some of the Divine Will stages, like the Goku and Vegeta stage, the Vegito stage, he'd be helpful for. Because he has that pure Saiyans enemy. There's uses for him outside of that, but I don't think it's going to be too bad here against others, especially since like he'll have type advantage against Fuse Zamos in the 2nd phase, right? Which is like the big one that most people are concerned about. So that's pretty awesome. I like what I see out of them. For their banner unit, you guys kind of saw earlier, is a Tech, Nappa, and Vegeta. That's interesting. So, it is Terrifying Conquerors, category key 3, HP attack and defense 130, makes sense. They are a banner unit. They greatly raise attack and defense for 1 turn, causing supreme damage to the enemy, and greatly lowering attack and defense. They have attack and defense 150% on their passive. They get an additional 80% when performing a super attack. They get key 1 up to 4, and additional attack and defense 30% up to 120 with each attack performed. They launch additional attacks that have a 70% chance to become a super attack, and are effective against all types when the target enemy is an attack down or defense down status. They reduce damage received by 30% as the 3rd attacker in the turn, and guard all attacks when they're facing pure Saiyans or Terrifying Conquerors. correction, when there's Pure Saiyans or Terrifying Conquerors in the same turn. So this is actually really good, right? These guys can be first or third slot, depending on whatever you need them to do. I like this. This is basically a great buff for, you know, a lot of those terrifying, like Turles. Like, this is a huge buff for him, right? This will give him a Pure Saiyans sort of ally to run slot 1 for him with that guard, right? So this is actually really nice. I like this banner unit. I mean, some of the banner units this year have been hit or miss. This one seems to be a hit based on what I'm seeing so far. So far, I'm liking what I'm seeing out of these characters. These guys look good. Gohan, once exchanged, is a powerhouse, right? I can't wait to see him in game. He's gonna look great, but that is not all we're here to be concerned with. Thinking about what else could come in the celebration, right? Thinking on easy A's. There isn't much to work with, right? Being Bond of Master and Disciple Saiyan Saga. There's only so much to work with that hasn't already easy A'd. I think the easy A is probably going to come from Saiyan Saga, less so than Bond of Master and Disciple, because there isn't much they could do that isn't already done that would fit the theme of the celebration. Maybe, I mean, the closest I see is like this kid Gohan, but he's from Namek Saga, but it still could work because he's Bond of Master and Disciple. But a lot of these other characters have either easy A'd or still a bit too soon to easy A. I mean, I guess I could see them doing maybe, where is he? Where's that? This, no, not him. This Tech Vegeta and this, where is he? This Fizz Goku, right? They could do a Destined Rivals Easy A. Both of them are on Bond of Master and Disciple, so they would be on Gohan's team. But I think the more likely outcome is probably this Goku here, version Z Goku. We're already Easy A units from that time frame, so I mean, it would make sense to Easy A him now during a Saiyan Saga celebration. But if not, the likeliest scenario are, where is it? Where are they? These guys right here. The AGL, Nappa, and Vegeta. They're going to make the most sense to Easy A, and especially that we get a Vegeta. Like, they're going to have a perfect link partner with that banner unit, Vegeta. Like, it's going to be Vegeta and Nappa. Like, it's going to be great. I'm excited to see how all of this turns out, how the Easy A's go, and I can't wait to test these guys out in game. Probably not going to summon on for these guys on JP because I got like 5 stones, but I may test them out on the private server. I am curious to see how they play because they look really good. So, anyways, guys, that is our video. If you like the video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And in the comments down below, let me know how excited are you to have this moment from Dokkan. To have Dokkan finally introduce this moment. I've been waiting for it for a while. I'm glad it's finally here, and I'm glad it's here in a post 200% meta. So, that's it for the video, guys. If nothing else, thanks for watching, and aloha.